This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
Participants. In this research, participants were drawn from the visitors attending the city's fiesta events on the 9th, 14th, 16th, 17th, and 22nd of March 2014. The celebrations, organized by the City of Perth to mark its 20th anniversary, attracted local and foreign visitors. The participants were sampled from the visitors attending the Angelo Street Marketplace celebrations, the Waterford Plaza Street Festival, the Light Up the Night event, and the Fiesta Concert Showcase. The selection of study participants involved specified inclusion criteria. Only visitors aged 18 years and above who attended the events within the specified dates were included in the study. Both male and female attendees were included in the study. The study employed a random sampling approach to recruit sample subjects. Random sampling enhances the external validity of a study's results, which implies that such a sample adequately represents the parent population. In the current study, a random sample of 227 individuals was drawn from people attending the 4 events. Out of this sample, 146 were local visitors, Australians, while the rest were foreign nationals from countries such as the USA, the United Kingdom, China, and Ireland, among others. A sampling framework was used to select the participants. As aforementioned, the target population comprised of visitors to the 2014 city's fiesta events. The participants were selected from portions of this population within the place, area code, and the time when the event was scheduled to take place. A sample was drawn from the visitors' population of interest in each festival or fiesta event as defined by the City of Perth. Because a complete sampling frame was not possible, non-probability was not possible in the current research. Procedure. The participants in this research were drawn from local and international tourists visiting the City of Perth's festivals to mark its 20th anniversary. The visitors attended the festivals in March this year. They were recruited from 4 locations: Angelo Street Marketplace, Waterford Plaza Street, the Light Up Night event, and the Fiesta Concert Showcase. In the study, 179 participants were recruited between the 9th and the 10th of March 2014 from the Angelo Street Marketplace, while 40 subjects were selected from the Fiesta Concert Showcase attendees on the 22nd and 27th. There were 2 participants from the Light Up the Night event, while there were 6 from the Waterford Plaza event. The recruitment in the Waterford event occurred on the 14th, 16th, and 22nd of March, while that of the Light Up the Night event took place on the 20th and 21st. In this survey, after the respondents were located, they were requested to complete a questionnaire during the event and return it to the researcher. Each participant had to sign a consent form as an indication that he or she had agreed to participate in the research. After agreeing to participate, they were required to read the questions to make sure that they understood them. They were also required to give contact details, age, and nationality. In qualitative studies, the researcher has the role of protecting the participants from potential risks associated with the research. In this study, the participants were informed about the purpose of the study prior to participation. The researcher told them the risks and benefits of the research to the improvement of future fiesta events. In this way, each participant could make an independent decision to participate voluntarily in the survey. Therefore, one way in which the participants and the client were protected in this research was through informed consent. Payne and Payne write that formal informed consent affects the quality of qualitative research. Nevertheless, the researcher has an obligation to tell the participants that they are subjects of a research project. In the current study, the researcher informed them of the purpose of the survey and what the data will be used for. The researcher sought the guidance of ECU's IRB to come up with ways of protecting the respondents and, at the same time, promoting the integrity of the data collected. Besides reducing risk, the researcher also undertook measures to promote confidentiality and anonymity. The researcher requested the participants not to write their names or personal identifiers on the questionnaire document. In addition, no field notes contained the respondents' names. The researcher only shared the raw data with the team members to enhance information security during the research. Moreover, efforts were made to reduce anxiety during the exercise. The participants had the right to participate, withdraw, and seek more details about the study's objective. Measurement instrument. The type of measurement instrument used in research surveys determines the validity of the results. In this regard, the researcher has to address various factors, including sampling, question structure and content, bias, and administrative issues. The measurement instrument used in the current study was a questionnaire. Questionnaires were used to collect data because they are cost-efficient, require less time to complete and collect, and are easy to administer. The survey involved 227 participants drawn from various parts of the world. Thus, due to time and resource limitations, interviewing was not feasible. The survey questionnaires, which had short, closed, and open-ended questions, covered key issues pertinent to this research. The target population was dispersed over 4 geographic locations within the city of Perth. In this view, personal interviews would not have been feasible. In contrast, questionnaires could be mailed to participants located in different areas. Moreover, completed online questionnaires could be returned to the researcher via email. This helped save time and costs. The nature of the questions contained in a questionnaire determines the type of responses that will be given. The questionnaire used in this research had 9 closed questions and 2 open-ended ones. The first 3 questions, closed, focused on the respondent's demographic details. The respondent was required to give his/her address, city, nationality, and age group. The respondents were categorized into age groups based on a nominal scale. Questions 5 and 6 sought to find out the respondent's source of information and transportation means, respectively. The questions also involved a nominal scale. The other questions focused on the respondents' views about the Fiesta event and the opportunities for improvement. Various types of questions were used in the questionnaire. Question 7 asked the respondents whether they had come across messages communicated by the event's sponsors. It was a leading question since it hinted that the organizers of the event sponsored the research. Overall, the questions involved simple wording. The aim was to ensure that the respondents understood the content of each question. The questions were short, less than 20 words, clear, and objective. Did you like this research methodology, procedure, and measurement sample? To get more works like this one, make sure to check out the database of academic paper examples at ivpanda.com. You will find thousands of samples for all your study needs.